So what we're reacting to today is why fast food has gotten so expensive. CNBC did this, and as we're watching this, I'm going to eat my 20-piece chicken McNuggets, my 2 apple pies, and my large Coke. Okay, that's what's on the menu today. What sauce did you get for your chicken McNuggets? I'm going to be honest, honey mustard. I got honey mustard. Honey mustard's the best. And if you want to argue with me, mods ban them. Okay, so... Alright. Why fast food is so expensive.
Big and tasty. For just $1, you did your thing, dog.
Remember the dollar menu?
Well, you may be
Yes.
hard-pressed to find any fast food item that actually costs $1 anymore.
$17 for 3 filet of fishes at McDonald's? Are you kidding me?
Here's what I'll say. These chicken McNuggets, the 20-piece, is now $6. The 2 apple pies were $5. And the Coke, I'm not 100% sure. But I'm pretty sure they charged me for the napkins. That could be totally wrong, but I'm going to stay on that hill. They charged me for the napkins.
I don't have the money to buy fast food anymore.
Me
Would you
either.
just miss the days when fast food was actually cheap?
When looking at fast food menus nationally, here are the average prices for fries from McDonald's, a Happy Meal, and a burger combo from Burger King. But I paid even more than that.
Oh! No! I dropped a nugget with honey mustard on my desk. No, dude!
Here are the prices at fast food
Damn it.
locations by the NBC offices in Midtown Manhattan.
Broadly speaking, sales are performing much stronger than foot traffic, and that's due in part to higher prices.
The Consumer Price Index measures inflation, or the average increase in prices over time. Fast food falls into the limited service meals category. Think anything that's typically ordered at a counter and taken to go. From 2019 to 2023, prices in this category are up nearly 28%. That's more than full-service meals. Think sit-down restaurants with servers.
That's not even a fair stat because of COVID. That's not even a fair stat. That's like saying... Yeah, birds flew a lot during the winter versus the summer. They flew a longer distance down south. No, oh my god. Okay.
Which increased nearly 24%. And it's also more than overall inflation, which increased 19%. So why are fast food prices so high, and where will they go from here?
Can I please get a Titan turkey? Can I get a foot long? Yeah, just that.
Between 2022 and 2023, the cost of food, beverage, and packaging rose around 11% for both McDonald's and Chipotle. Still, as of late, labor is the main culprit.
It is about a third of the cost of the
You guys remember the $5 foot longs? $5 foot longs. You know what I'm talking about? Where'd those go? Those were the best. Those were the best. That was the best fast food deal I've ever seen besides the 4 for $4 from Wendy's.
menu items. So even as those costs moderate, in many cases, and particularly given the laws that we're seeing in California and some of the other, minimum wage laws and just increases that are happening, is that wage pressure remains elevated.
The fast food labor market became increasingly competitive for employers during the pandemic as companies struggled to fill their restaurants. In 2022, the number of employees in the limited service restaurant category were still below 2019 levels. During that same time, the number of limited service establishments grew by over 4%.
As things normalize after COVID, you still see a higher amount of job openings and less people coming in to fill those jobs.
Compared to 2019, the percentage of
people don't
sales
work
that
these
goes
days.
towards paying for labor has grown for many limited service restaurants like Wendy's and Shake Shack, where it has actually decreased for restaurants like the Cheesecake Factory and Darden Restaurants, which owns chains like Olive Garden, Longhorn Steakhouse, and the Capitol
Wait, I
Grill.
was not listening.
Shake Shack sales that goes
Fill those jobs.
Compared to 2019, the percentage of sales that goes towards paying for labor has grown for many limited service restaurants like Wendy's and Shake Shack.
Did they not just raise minimum wage? Okay.
Where it has actually decreased for restaurants like the Cheesecake Factory and Darden Restaurants, which owns chains like Olive Garden, Longhorn Steakhouse, and the Capitol Grill.
in order to maintain the same service levels and expand their operating hours to accommodate the consumers' late night snack demands and demands for earlier breakfast.
He's talking about the weed.
Fast food restaurants
guys.
need to hire more labor across the day part
The hell was that?
for breakfast. Fast food restaurants need
Whose cup is that?
to hire more labor across the day part.
I know that's not a McDonald's cup. Is that a McDonald's cup?
And so as they're competing with other
They don't even have
potential
milkshakes.
employers,
Oh,
they
yeah.
need to make the job more enticing. And the easiest way to do that is by raising the wage rate.
And companies are passing these costs on to the customer, especially as states like California have raised the minimum wage for workers.
And obvious
So, $20 an hour? $20 an hour? I remember working for $7.25. Oh my God.
despite this huge wage inflation, there's a lot of other factors at play. I think when you look at inflation within limited service, first of all, you're starting with a lower check average. And so any increase of $1 or $2 that an operator passes on, just by definition, has a higher percentage increase on it.
From December 2023 to February 2024, the national average for a quick service restaurant check was about $18, which is 4.5% more than the same time period last year. That's a higher percentage increase than both casual and fine dining. And full-service restaurants are capitalizing on the decreasing price gap.
How is this Chili's 3 for me only $10.99 when
I thought I hit with an ad. I'm not gonna lie. I thought they hit me with an ad. I'd be pissed.
fast food is so expensive?
Could be because we don't have to pay for any mascots.
Please! I was born for this!
It has created a shift in fast food consumer behavior.
Perhaps before they were going there 10 times, but now they're still only spending $100 and maybe they're going there 8 times or 7 times, right? And so you start to see this traffic fall off because they're still spending essentially the same amount, but they're now going less frequently.
Showing up on the first page of Google
Dude!
might not be the best for everyone.
How'd I get hit with an ad, dude? Trying to pay these bills.
Although prices for fast food have soared, sales have remained strong. McDonald's, Wendy's, and Yum Brands, which owns KFC, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell, have all seen revenues surge past pre-pandemic levels.
A lot of the sales are still going up, and a lot of that's driven by price as opposed to frequency or visits.
A lot of investors are now focused on who is best positioned to drive growth based on volume, because you can obviously only push your price higher for so long.
And that for so long may have arrived. McDonald's missed earnings estimates in the first quarter of 2024, and an Evercore analyst called it one of the most sobering quarters for the fast food giant. Others like KFC and Pizza Hut are experiencing the same consumer pullback.
Well, they made like $1 less billion.
We must be laser focused on affordability, which means good entry-level price points available every day.
No bullshit.
In the markets where we're doing this well, the business is outperforming. In some markets, however, it's clear we still have opportunities to strengthen our proposition.
100K plus income household are really powering through and still spending at kind of normalized levels. Where we see a lot of the constraint or perhaps behavioral changes is the 50K and below consumer. And so your lower end consumer who just doesn't have enough spending power to keep doing everything that they were doing when the economy had a lot of additional COVID stimulus available.
Remember the $5 footlong at Subway? Well,
Dude,
that's a thing of the past. This turkey sub cost me over $11.
What?
Well, that's a thing of the past. This turkey sub cost me over $11.
Subs are 11. Oh my God, dude.
The bad news about inflation is prices aren't going to go down. The good news is the increases are slowing.
Hold on. New footlong sidekicks. You can get a footlong cookie? Oh my God. Are they running? Do they need to get me in the war room to come up with better ideas than this?
Prices aren't going to go down. The good news is the increases are slowing.
Prices in general across the economy very rarely ever come down once they've been reset higher. One of the reasons for that is wages, once they're reset higher, very rarely get pushed back down and reset lower.
To combat the decrease in value offered by fast food, chains are relying on apps and loyalty programs. In its 2023 fourth quarter earnings call, Wendy's says that it plans to invest approximately $15 million, primarily in 2024, to further enhance its mobile app experience. McDonald's announced its goal to expand its loyalty program from 150 million to 250 million 90-day active users by 2027.
They haven't been able to do before is have targeted advertisements that go directly to consumers based on their consumption preferences. And the companies will be able to see almost in real time the return on investment of those advertisements and those promotions that they push to the consumer, because they can tell, I pushed them the promotion on Tuesday and they made a purchase on Wednesday or on Thursday.
The value offered by fast food is something that customers will continue to evaluate each time they make a purchase, and it may ultimately determine how the industry reacts going forward.
Restaurants still take dollars to the bank, not consumer visits, and as long as they're able to continue to drive growth from a value or from a dollar perspective, I think that's still good news for the industry.
So after all that, if you're wondering, and you're sitting there going, hey, how did you ever afford to eat McDonald's today? Well, I'd love to show you. Hold on.
True, and still
show you. This guy right here. Mystic Dan. I put $20 on him, 18-1 odds. Walked away at $390. Oh my god. Walked away at $392. So, if you want to eat McDonald's, you're gonna have to start gambling the horses. So I take it away. Yeah, that's it's quite ridiculous that it's that much and it's that expensive. But what are we gonna do? If we boycott it, we could. Not an awful idea, but just subscribe or something.